Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to do another little linguistics lesson on the southern United States and how we talk down here. We're going to go through a word, we're going to talk about a word, and go through the appropriate and inappropriate uses of that word. Today we are going to talk about the word boy. My boyfriend and I were watching your episode on masks in schools. When you said, "Pull up your pants, boy," he said you could be the evil villain in any movie about the South. I'm not from here, and he often tells me words mean things they don't as a joke. He told me the word boy was very racist. I find this hard to believe that such a simple word could become racist. Is the word racist? And if it is, how did it become racist? So the simple answer to this is yes. Yeah, it's racist. The word boy, when spoken to a black person in the southern United States, especially, I would imagine this is kind of true everywhere, but especially in the southern United States, is racist. It can be more racist with tone, but it's pretty much always racist. Now, in the South, you could also say old boy, which is OLD. It's old boy, but we don't pronounce the D. And that just means the person down the road. Good old boy is somebody that you should be friends with. Big old boy has nothing to do with size. That's somebody you don't want to fight. Boy is racist. It's all tone. It's all tone. It's all how it's said. There's a lot of context to it. So how and why did such a simple, innocent word become so racially charged? History. In the southern United States, from slavery through segregation and up to today, boy, when spoken from a white person to a black person, is a way of saying, you're not on my level. You're a child, right? This habit, I guess it started during slavery. They would call adult men boy as a way of keeping them down, as a way of just casting them as you'll never be my equal type of thing. Today, most people in the southern United States avoid the word more than you might imagine, with the exception of when it gets attached to ol. If ol is attached to it, it's friendly. But even then, my friends who are remotely racially conscious, that they wouldn't say, "Oh, that's a big old boy," about a black person. Even though in that context, that's not what it means. The history of the word has led most people who aren't bigots, to be very cautious with it. Even when you're talking about literal children, boy doesn't get used as much as it used to. You know, now it's son or young man. Boy doesn't get used, and it's because of that history. I'm not sure how that word is ever going to be rehabilitated. I mean, it's a word that it's in common usage all the time, but because of its history down here, people do try to avoid it more than you might imagine. So, yes, in the way the tone dictates, in the way it's said, this is not a word you should ever say to a black person. If that's what you're looking for, like as far as advice, never. There's never an appropriate way to use it when talking to a black person. There's really not. So he's not playing a joke on you. And in context of that video, in case you don't know, since you're not from here, there was a trend where people would sag their pants. They would ride low. You'd see a little bit of their boxers. In the southern United States, it became a thing to harass people over this. And it was a trend that was typically associated with black people. And when that harassment started, that racism came out thick. So much so that, to be honest, I don't believe anybody ever actually cared that the pants were riding low. I think they were looking for an excuse to harass black people. The South is weird. The South has a lot of racist history, so there are a lot of words that carry a lot of racist connotation that you may not imagine. So he's not messing with you. He's not playing a joke on you. It really is racist. There are very few exceptions. So as a general rule, I would never say it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.